So our dilemma starts. Sexual harassment is real. I encountered it during my internship and I was at a loss of words. One of the most unsettling remarks was that I could afford to have such an expensive phone because as that's all girls my age were good at. Appa, I got the phone as one of my graduation gifts from my dad. Grateful though that I was able to tell my family about the unfounded remarks, especially my dad. My dad gave me solid advice on how to bring the manager to book in the most professional manner. Right.
She doesn't tell us. Is that the dilemma?
That's the whole thing. She's telling us, just giving us the statement, I guess.
I think she was going to give us the cheat code.
Give more. There is a cheat code. That's the whole thing. But tell me, have you guys experienced sexual harassment at work?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. To be honest, for all intents and purposes. Yeah. But then, you know how, I don't know, there's this thing about in workspaces where people are almost like joking about it. Like turn around, let's see your outfit type thing where it's like,
yeah,
this is crossing the line. But then it's like made to, it's cloaked in jokes and bands, you know.
Hey there, lovely listeners. So listen, running a podcast in Zimbabwe is quite the journey. It requires resources. And when I say resources, I mean money, time, and effort. Wondering how you can support us? Well, we've got you covered with Inbox. Or World Remit if you're on the other side of the world and you'd love to contribute. Our Inbox number is 077 810 3171. Whether it's the cost of a cup of coffee or a virtual high five, every little bit of your support counts. Remember, supporting our podcast isn't about funding our caffeine addiction, though it is in part, but your support keeps our podcast alive and thriving and helps us create more content, ensuring that our laughter echoes through your devices. Thanks again for being part of our community and for listening.
I once had a prison guard because I was in court, and the prison section for the accused people where they'll all be, and the prison guard said, "Can I represent him because he wants to rape me?" So he's saying that after he rapes me, then can I be his lawyer? I think it was a joke. This
is what I mean.
It was very disturbing.
Wait, now.
Yeah.
So the prison guard wants to rape you.
Yeah.
And then he wants you.
I don't remember the words, but I could understand that's what he was saying. Because it's like, yeah. Because it's like, oh, can you be my lawyer after whatever?
After I violate you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, I just ignored him.
I'm so disturbed.
How did you respond? Did you like, No, I was freaked out because I was like, what the fuck? Why are you saying this to me? I think I was pretty young at the time because I remember it was still in Bulawayo. But yeah.
No, but
things like that.
Were you in a room that like you were far away, like you could get away from
We were in public, but I definitely was the only person who heard it. So
it was directed towards
I don't think I've ever even repeated it, but it was just like, what the hell?
But you know how scary that is? Imagine if this is like, the room where they bring the accused and you're asking them, are you okay? What's going on? Right? Imagine if this is a situation where it ends up being you and the prison guard. Just alone.
It always is.
He then ends up just, he doesn't even have to ask you. It wasn't going to be bans. It was just he's going to do it and then go find his own lawyer somewhere else.
I also had an experience with a judge. I had a court judge. I think it was around COVID time. And so it was COVID time. So I was getting bail for a client. So it was an urgent matter. But because it's COVID time, the court is empty. It's like deserted. There's no one there. And so he was passing by in the corridors where I was. So it was just like the two of us. So, but he was like, in casual clothes. It was like literally, COVID was a weird time. There was no one. So he comes and then he says hi. I was still very junior at the time. Okay, talking to the judge. And then it's like, yeah, so we're talking about practice. Just like, oh, how are you finding it? This and that. And then he was telling me stories about being in practice, like, during colonial times and how mean judges used to be, whatnot, cool. And then it's like, yeah, okay, you should give me your number so that, we can, I don't remember what his reason was. But then he hands me his phone to put my number inside. So this is a judge. I was like, okay, so I put the number. He calls me there to make sure it's the one. He calls.
Oh my gosh.
Cool. So now he's got my number. Okay, chill. Then he would be texting things like, oh, hi, girl. How are you doing? This and that. I was super formal.
Hello,
Good
Judge.
afternoon, Judge. How are you, sir? This and that and that and that. So I'd be like keeping it short, no, back and forth, cool. End of story. Then other times it'd be like, oh, I miss you. And then I just like, whatever. And then I think finally he got the courage to be like, oh, if you don't mind or if you're comfortable with it, yeah, we should meet up or something like that. And then I was like, I'm not comfortable. Full stop.
Did you ever see this judge again in court?
Yes.
Like you've appeared in front of him
Yes.
after.
Yes.
And it's been calm. Has he ruled against you?
No.
Do you think that works in your favor?
No. Long story short, he's not a judge anymore. And I also moved before. I think maybe I only appeared before him once or twice during that time. And then after I said I'm not comfortable, it got awkward. And then I think he also stopped texting. So yeah, at least for me, at my actual workplaces, I've never had like an ongoing situation where there's like someone who's actively whatever. But I'd say almost on a daily basis, guys.
You get harassed.
Being a girl and a lawyer, there's some kind of comment thing in WhatsApp groups. Lawyers are just inappropriate. It's just, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've told this story before, but I left a job because partly because of the harassment.
Yeah.
Because initially, when it started, so this was been the beginning of my career. And at first it would be like, how we're saying like it's bands, it's like you're not sure. Like sometimes it would be like a weird remark and you're not sure, like, did I hear correctly? Did I take it like wrong? Like, is it me who's being too? And worse, like if you've gone to, like, we went to SA, right, where a lot of sexual violence and harassment, it's in your face and you're taught about it, you talk about it in class, and you have all of these actual lectures dedicated to harassment. So at first I was like, maybe it's me who's just too hypersensitive. But then it gets to the point where you're like, no, this is not a me problem. This is actually you. And to the point where, when you start your career, especially, when you have an office job, you don't dress nice. I remember when I started, I went and I bought all these clothes and shoes, and I really wanted to impress. I'm a lawyer. I want to look like it,
Yeah.
And I was going to court and all of these things. And then I changed the way I dressed. On purpose. I stopped wearing heels. I'd only wear flats. I stopped wearing like new clothes. I stopped wearing clothes that maybe would be considered to hug my body. I tried to wear like the baggiest things I could find. Obviously, not that much you could do, but like even then, it would be like somebody would make the comment like, "Oh, so you think because you're wearing that dress, we still can't see?"
Wow.
Oh, because
I used to dress like a dude.
It was like
for real. Loafers, blazer, pants all the time. Like only now I like get to wear skirts and stuff because it also takes a bit of growth and confidence, but it's a thing.
No, and I promise, like, my change was actually quite drastic. I remember my mom asking me, because I didn't want to, like, tell her, right? But I remember her being like, what are you wearing? Where are you going looking like that? You know? And I was like, I just don't feel like dressing up today, Stop putting on, like, I never really put on a lot of makeup, but even the mascara, even, lip gloss. I do Vaseline even on my face. Like, I tried to, like, make it as basic as I could, but even then, I would still get, like, comments. I'll get people trying to touch me. I'll get, like,
As for touching,
you would still get like a random, brush, and you're like, dude, stop, And funny enough, I actually went to complain. I went to the female partner. I thought, you think, right? So I went to her and I said, ma'am, I don't know what to do anymore. Right. And because it wasn't just me, I could also tell, like, one of the other girls who was an intern at that time, she used to get a lot of them. They were those that were a bit older than us, who had been at the place for a while. Funny enough, one ended up buying into it. Right. So she really, like, her dressing went my opposite. She used to wear, like shirts and then leave buttons open. She used to wear, like, real tight skirts and, all her heels, and she'd walk, when you walk, like, with your ass out and your boobs out, she bought into it, which actually done her quite a bit of favors in terms of, like, the cases she got and the things she was able to do. One of the other ones, she was married, so she also tried to do it like me, but unfortunately also her figure just would, like, there's nothing that baggy, even sweatpants. There was nothing she could do, and you could tell that she was so uncomfortable, especially, obviously being a married woman. She also ended up leaving, and I think her husband was like, how badly do you need this job, bro?
Yeah.
But it was just that place, and going to tell that lady, and I went and I told her, and funny enough, she went and she had a conversation with them, but that only made it worse, because they even said, like, oh, so what do you think she was going to do? Come on, what did you think?
That is so
so you went to report us to mama. It was like,
wow, that is so
like, at that point is when I was like, you know what, no.
It's such a deeply entrenched culture, because for me, I remember even when I first became an advocate, then I was like, oh my gosh, I want to join all the advocates WhatsApp groups. Yeah. I get in there, I'm like, really? Because it's just like, if the legal profession in general is a very male-dominated space, the advocates, like the handful of us in the country, there's literally like less than 10 female advocates in the country. So the WhatsApp group, you already see what it's like. And in there, they're just like free. They're talking about happy endings and all sorts of things. I think at the time I joined, I don't think anyone really knew that I joined. But there's also certain weird groups where if you join, they'll be like, oh, send us a picture.
Introduce yourself.
Like this, but it wasn't that type of thing. So I was just kind of there without anyone being too aware of my presence. And it was weird, because for me it was like there's certain seniors where I just thought to myself, I don't want to see you guys differently.
Yes.
So I left that group. But a few months later, someone was being sued by Fadzi because of harassment claims inside the WhatsApp group, because people just feel like they're entitled to talk about girls anyhow. So yeah.
And you know what? Actually, I won't lie to you. Like, Fuzzy is making me really happy right now.
Yeah.
Because she sued everybody. And I love it. Like, she's like, think about every claim, right? With, what's her name? The Patina. Now with the
Edmund Kudzai.
You see, like any person who said, oh, Fadzi slept with Ningi, oh, Fadzi did this, she says, wonderful, let's go to court. And she has sued and won everything. And I think sometimes, and even that guy, I don't know what happened with the Law Society, but even them.
Oh, yeah, the advocate, I don't know. I think it's still under investigation.
Yeah, but she
work in
needs
progress.
She's telling people you can't just say things because you feel like it.
Yeah.
You can't say things because I'm a public figure. You can't say things because you see me one way. Fine, don't respect me. That's on you. But don't now walk around and come at me or speak about me and do all of these things just because you feel like it. And I feel like if we try to do harassment suits for every person that harasses us, the courts would be really full. But I do think the precedent has to be set. I think we've also been so quiet. Like, my response was, let me just get myself out the situation and go. But what would have happened if I had said, no, all 5 of you, let's go to court. See if you do it again. Not to win, like if I was to lose, whatever. But the fact is, there's now a story out there about who you are and what you do. So whilst we're here, since we're still talking about legal people, what do you guys think of the Judge President? This is not South Africa. This is not South Africa.
Is that his name?
There's a Mbenenge.
Yeah. Selby.
So there's a Judge President. Basically, there's a big judge in South Africa, and he is currently under investigation also for sexual harassment. Now, what I'm failing to wrap my head around now is it did seem like the complainant, so the girl he's been accused of harassing, seemed to be into it in the beginning, and then she wasn't. I don't know if she expressed that she wasn't into it anymore, but she played into it a little bit, and then she didn't want it anymore, and then she said she was sexually harassed. So you guys tell me, do you think there is a clear-cut sexual harassment case here? Do you think this should even be a case at all? Now, I'm going to say that in any case, because he was her boss in one way or the other, I think because of the power play, which he admitted to. Well, I mean, it was brought up to him, the power play, and then he was like, there was no power play.
I mean, it could have been inappropriate, like the texts that they were, exchanging could have been inappropriate because of his seniority. I think he did say, well, I mean, sure, it could have been.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
But what do you think? Tell me what you guys think about it.
I think that's a case of sexual indiscipline on the part of the judge. Because from the way I understand it, I haven't really followed it in full, and I didn't really see the full particulars of the complaint. But the way I understand it is she did a sexual harassment complaint, and then now the Commission of Inquiry is looking into whether or not that's misconduct for his position as a judge. And I think in terms of as a judge, definitely, because it's such a slippery slope. I was listening to some of the evidence. Definitely this girl was flirting with the judge and entertaining him for some time. I don't know where everything went wrong. I don't know if anyone got to the part of where things went sour. But he seems very self-justified in that, look, I'm just a man pursuing a romantic relationship with somebody. And there were many instances that he keeps on pointing out where he would ask her if she's comfortable or if she wants to do this. And she was playing along with this flirtatious game of theirs. But to me, if I look at it from the context of him being a judge, it's definitely inappropriate, because even half of the texts were deleted, and then now he has to keep on explaining why he deleted or what was deleted. And the why he deleted was a very big awareness of the risk that he's taking. And to me, you are misbehaving The moment you're doing that, you are, because even for legal professionals, though the standard is bringing the profession into disrepute. This whole trial, this commission is embarrassing to watch. And I can't imagine him going back on the stand after being undressed in that manner. It's so gross.
Wouldn't it be funny? Imagine if he has to try a case on sexual harassment after this.
And that's the thing. For me, him putting himself in that position is his crime, because he's not just anybody, he's a judge.
Yeah, and you're held to a higher standard. I feel like as a judge, not just as a lawyer or whatever, but as a judge, you are held to an even higher standard. And as a judge president, like, I mean, oh, guys, why did we get to a point where they're exchanging lewd emojis? He's exchanging peeled banana emojis with his assistant. Like, I was watching some of these things with my mom, and she was so shook because she's like, oh, I didn't know what a pink meant. I'm like, oh, wow.
But you know what? I've learned a lot of things about emojis watching this case, because I didn't know. I also wouldn't have.
I also didn't know the peeled banana. Like, I didn't know. I just thought it ended at an aubergine.
And it was the banana. It was the chocolate.
What does the chocolate mean?
It's same thing, but he said like, I just meant like we were
nice
trading nice things.
Like lovers. The banana is like, sometimes lovers will share a banana and one will bite another.
So at what point did he think they were lovers?
They were flirting,
Yeah.
pursuing a romantic relationship, because according to him, there's no rules of engagement. When you're sharing a hand.
So I read here that she testifies that she asked for a meeting with him, but withdrew the request after he reiterated his desire for intimacy. So there was I don't know.
I actually think that he probably broke up with her.
Did they do the deed?
It doesn't seem like it.
On text they did, probably.
Well, it depends on how if you view that text about when you get here, then it kind of seems like they probably did. But both of them have actually skirted around whether they did or they didn't. Because she was asked, and like she was laughing.
She was laughing. I didn't see her testimony.
She was laughing. They asked her why she left. Like even she, and I think that's also what's really irritating me about this is her and her complaint when she was now being questioned. She was laughing throughout the whole thing.
As in during the
thing. And so even he would ask her, what's so funny? Because if you're not even going to take this seriously, like Amma said, why are we here? This is embarrassing for me. Like, I can understand a giggle that's like out of nervousness, but there's some where she's like, oh, I didn't think you'd ask that question. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it sounds like he broke up with her, or his wife found out, or something happened, but the relationship ended, and I remember there was a time where, so with the JPs and the higher court judges, your picture is in the courtroom, and there was a point where she had requested, I don't want to be in a room that has his face in it, right? Because I'm so traumatized, right? Judge goes, we've been sitting in this commission for this last week. My picture's over there. She looks fine to me. Yeah, what happened to the trauma? Because in the office, she said, she can't even look at my face in a picture. Now she's been sitting here for a week, looking at my picture, looking at my face, and he even calls himself this handsome face, looking at this handsome face, and where's the trauma? She's not crying, she's not sad, she's giggling. So where is the trauma that apparently caused her? And I think that there lies an actual issue with now bringing these cases, because you did this to embarrass him.
Yeah,
is what it looks like. But now the next time somebody does bring a complaint, it's going to be like, it's going to be like just that guy. It's going to be like the judge president. Next time you have a case against the minister or somebody higher up, it's going to be like, they're just trying to play with you the way that girl played with the the judge president.
Yeah, and the sad part is that the damage is done. Because if you're looking now at the constitutional standard of whether or not he's fit to remain a judge, even if whatever he did with the girl doesn't count as sexual harassment, after we've all watched this, I can't imagine him going back to the bench.
I don't think he should.
I don't think he can, because already, that's why I say it's about sexual indiscipline. Because why? It's the workplace, guys. Why can't you just see that there's someone attractive and let it go? It's not everyone you have to pursue a romantic relationship with. It's not every context that you need to smash. Like, chill.
Yeah. You know how they say though that most affairs start at work?
Most affairs
start at work.
I mean, it makes sense though, because you're spending the majority of your time with these people, whatever. But it goes back again to Amma's point.
You're indiscipline.
Like, you can honestly, I think, like, there's so many people in this world. At some point, you're gonna be like, oh,
But then let it go. Like, if you think something is wrong, because if you can't hold yourself,
yeah, something is wrong.
But you see, now he also raises this point to say that, but there's so many judges who've ended up marrying their secretaries, and that's true. There's so many bosses who end up marrying their secretaries or colleagues that get married.
But why should he even?
Or lecturers who marry their students. So
why raise that as a thing?
If it ends with marriage, we tend to be like, oh, that's cute. They met at work. But then.
Yeah. Isn't he married? He's married already.
He is married.
Maybe.
And the reason why they agreed to delete apparently their message, because apparently they both agreed to delete. And then he says he agreed to delete because his family had access to his phone.
Yeah.
So he knows. He knew. Okay, what I'm engaging in is
wrong,
inappropriate, but still went and did it. He just. There's this inability to know when to stop.
Yeah.
I actually think it's the thrill of it, isn't it? The fact that you can have a little affair at work. You hand each other notes. You smile at each other in the corridors, and it's sneaky. No one knows what's happening.
Everyone knows.
It's like the thrill of like having an affair.
So, is it only wrong if she doesn't want it?
Is it only wrong if she doesn't?
So like what you're talking about, say, okay, it's the thrill of it, whatever. If they're consenting, or like, let's say if these two are consenting, they're happy in a relationship, but then it just came out that the judge president is dating one of the secretaries.
No, it's wrong.
It's wrong regardless of whether she wants it or not. It's just, it's wrong.
Why?
Because there are boundaries that need to just be set in place.
If he was not married?
Number one, if he was not married.
Wrong?
Okay, wait. I think, let's just backtrack, right? I'm not going to reverse what I said. If he was unmarried,
he's still the judge president, she's still the secretary, they're consenting, he's single.
But you're the judge president.
No, man. I just
don't mix business with pleasure. I feel like if he were the judge president, and you find that maybe if he was single and he finds, I'm interested in this girl, I don't know, maybe move and then pursue her outside of.
Wait.
I don't know. Someone needs to move so that it's not a work situation.
But you see, you also have to explore before you decide that it's something worth moving for.
Listen,
it's tough.
It's a stupid
just
one.
Keep it in your pants.
It's a stupid, because I'm thinking like, if two people let's just say two people at a firm, two people at a company, right? Nobody is, say one is the boss. One is always the boss, one is not, right? And they meet and they like each other, and they fall in love, and obviously there comes a point where one, like Chido's saying, one has to leave the place, right?
And then you can flourish when the one
is why. No, it's a decision amongst each other.
No, but that's an important decision because the judge president will say, I'm the judge president.
Yeah,
so he can't move.
She can move.
Why? Where's she gonna get work in this economy?
He's the JP, bro. I'll help you get a job, boss.
If you were flirting with a boss at your workplace, right? And maybe you guys decide to date. Are you leaving your job?
Me, no.
You see, that's what I mean.
No, but here's what I'm saying. Understand.
But if he can find me a job, I will leave because I don't want the smoke.
But remember, most companies do have that fraternization rule, right? For this very reason. If there will always come a point where you end up getting extra favors because you're dating the boss.
Okay, so
you end up getting extra things that obviously nobody else is getting at the workplace.
Are there fraternization policies in the high courts there?
Yeah.
Even a thing. Is that allowed, guys?
But the thing is, even with that, it's tricky. Put yourself in the position of a boss, right? I'll use a law firm because that's accessible context. An associate is dating one of the secretaries. And they have a baby.
Why do you have to make this so hectic, dog? I just don't get it.
What do you do? They've kept their relationship a secret, but now it's a thing.
Somebody has to go.
One of them.
But how? As an employer, on what basis are you firing anyone? You can't.
No,
you
but
can't.
between
You
the
can't
two of
fire
them, they have to decide which one of them has to go. But one of you, as an employer,
automatically is unfair because if you get rid of the secretary, you're in trouble. If you get rid of the associate,
but surely this is
what we're saying.
You've broken a policy.
Saying, don't do it because then you just make life so complicated with your life
every day.
How many lecturers marry students at the end of the day?
Why?
And that's also this whole thing of work husband, work wife.
What we're saying, this is why we're talking about sexual indiscipline because you just cannot. There needs to be a point where it stops.
But love is love. You're saying this because your man is not at work.
But I wouldn't have thought of it.
Why are you like? Listen, you meet someone, he's a great person, you guys vibe, right? You just both happen to work at the same place.
Yeah.
Then what? I just know that anywhere that I've been, the policy is one of you has to go.
There's even policies.
Yeah.
One of you has to go.
One of you has to go. You guys,
it's your decision.
It's up to you which one, but one of you has to go.
Because it makes it
can't
difficult.
From what I've seen, people then just lie about the relationship.
Yes, obviously, because I'm not trying to lose my job, and I don't want you to lose your job.
And the thing is, when they break up, what's going to happen?
You see,
that's where you get these sexual harassment complaints.
You see, and worse when one is the boss, guys. What I'm saying, if it's two associates, maybe. But if it's where the one is a senior and one is a junior, it normally happens that way. The one with the most money has to stay.
Let's just have boundaries. For example, if you're going to school, go and get your degree. Why are you looking at the lecturer now? And vice versa.
Chido, let me tell you.
If I'm going to work, I must just go and get my peanuts and come back home.
But if it's not your lecturer?
So.
Oh, I mean, then that's...
But you see, humans, we're not like that. The line is not that straight.
Then make it straight in your head.
When I was in first year,
we had
this one lecturer. He came from the UK. My God, that man.
He was your lecturer?
He was our lecturer. He was hot. I won't lie to you. He was like mid-40s, early 50s.
Oh, he's giving expat energy.
And he was one of those that used to come only to lecture just that section. I think it was Conlo it was foundation, right?
And then chill with the students afterwards.
So he would come only for the 3 months he had to teach and then go back to the UK. Right. So when he came, when I tell you that I've never seen a law class ever after that full, and you would have students that were not even in law that would come and sit. You know when people are sitting by the stairs in a lecture room because there's no more space. There was no. Oh my God, that dude was hot. I won't even lie.
So, but what did you do about it?
Nothing.
See, so this is what we're saying. You can just look at someone. But you can look at someone and say,
Yeah,
oh
but
my gosh.
had he looked at me, right, the way I was looking at him, I don't know, I would not be here. It'd be the UK, friend. I'm telling you.
So what about our local unis and the lecturers and young girls?
I actually have one of my clients I work with is actually a lecturer, and he was actually telling me all these stories.
Yeah.
And he was like, but he's like he's like a super religious dude, and he was just telling me like what goes down at the UZ, like how even
Goes down.
I was thinking
they come through like after writing tests or exams and stuff like that, or if they skip out on an assignment, the girls will come through and actually make the first approach, and like they'll be in the whatever room, the tea room, whatever the lecturers, and some lecturers actually were like, yeah, I've chowed this one, I've chowed that one, what. It's like, it's crazy. So some actually indulge, the students also play into it. It gets wild.
For favors.
Well, okay, so then let's leave South Africa, come back locally. What do you guys think about, what's her name? Mai Jeremiah.
Hey.
Is her name Mai Jeremiah because Jeremiah is her child?
Yes. Like,
Is that why her child's name is Now, what do we think about that? This is also a married woman this time, so it's not making a male problem. This is now a woman.
It's a people problem, man. It's just like
Sexual indiscipline. Yeah, ne? She know you can tell the story best.
guys, but I don't even know. Like, because I just got wind of it like last week.
Okay, tell us what you do now.
Guys, why me? It's just, I don't know. So this lady, apparently she's an influencer, and I don't know, she meets these two men in town, whatever, she leaves her house. First of all, I'm like, why are you leaving your house at 4 or 5 p.m. to go meet people, these two men who are not even your husband? But anyway, she goes into town, meets these guys. According to these guys' statement, they had pre-agreed that, like, you know, for her entertainment, they will pay $20 for her time. And so then apparently they go to this joint, I don't know where, but they go to some lodge situation, and then there is sexual penetration that occurs. Whether it's consensual or not, I don't know. She says that it was non-consensual. And then it also turns out during the trial at the marriage court that while she was being cross-examined, then it turns out that she was in fact straddling this man, and then she also kind of then assisted him penetrating her type. So it's like,
I don't follow.
She assisted him to penetrate her while she was straddling him.
Okay. So the question is it or is it not?
So they got acquitted.
So yeah, they already got acquitted because they found that there was no rape. And then she then went on to like the Ola podcast. That's how then I caught wind of it, was when she went on Ola's thing, and I was like, what's this?
What did she say?
She went on the podcast and she then went and confirmed, like, no, I was really raped, you know. Again, I didn't listen to the whole thing. It was just clips on Instagram that I saw. And in those clips, there were sections where she was like, you know, number one, they didn't use protection, and also like her body was not ready, you know, so it was painful type.
For me, it's disturbing how passionately her loss in court was celebrated online. I didn't really follow the story, but I just saw a lot of excited people to say, yeah, she was lying. Yeah.
And now it's like a lot of people who then come and actually report rapes and the like, then I don't know, it just murkies the waters, because now like people with these kind of acquittals, men will just think that women are always lying on men to say I was raped or whatever.
And they accused her of having done it for money, and then she now wanted more money.
Yes, apparently.
And that was where the problem started.
Yes.
And also another issue with this whole case is like the way it was presented initially, because she didn't even go to the cops first. She went to a private investigator. This dude, I forgot his name, some private investigator guy. And then the guys were caught in town. Then they were like sitting like literally on the tower, and like there was a whole scene, people around them. And initially everyone was pretty much on her side. They were like, yo, these guys are scumbags, these guys have to go, you know. And then that's when people started dissecting the issue, where it was like, wait a minute, you actually met them willingly? Wait, there was money exchanged? Wait, you were on top? etc. Like there's a lot of details that just started coming out, right? And I don't know, I've unwillingly, because of X, it's just always in your face, this whole Mai Jeremiah thing. I don't know what actually went down, but then things just stopped adding up at some point. Like it was just like, okay, this is weird. Because even when she went to the Ola podcast, it was like, I think like 2 days after like the final ruling, and everyone was like, yo, like,
why are you already
immediately going to a podcast, right?
Because she's an influencer.
What does she do? She creates content.
She creates content, and
Like,
then
what kind of content
she was
does
in
she
Platinum Prince's video as a video. People are now bringing like
Wait, who's Platinum Prince?
Platinum Prince is it dancehall artist? Dancehall artist, I guess.
Oh, so she was.
She was doing the most.
What's the song called? I can't
I'm sure if you just look for Platinum Prince, it's gonna be like that.
At the top.
At the top.
That's mad. You see, and again, I think worse now with.
hectic.
Did you find this?
9 years ago, right? I'm not gonna play it obviously for copyright purposes, but I'll just kind of
Let them swap.
go and search Platinum Prince time. It's like a music video. I saw her in a bathtub even. Guys, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think worse now with what I do.
Oh, she's in a bathtub with him and she's like blowing.
And the crazy thing is, I think it's her husband who actually, well, at that time they were married, who shot the video and stuff.
Okay, but
That's
we
not
can't.
expected.
I wasn't expecting
People
that.
shoot these kind of videos in Zim.
Oh, they were in bed. Now they're drinking Jaeger.
Wait, no, I need you to watch like
Yo, guys.
timestamp 1 minute to 34 seconds.
Chido, something back.
No, wait. Okay, no, but now see, here's the thing, right? We can't also, just because she was in a music video, doesn't mean anything.
That's the temptation.
That the temptation is to think, like, or to say, like, oh, she was already, like, not
But that's got nothing to do with this situation.
It has nothing to do, you know.
No, it has everything to do with their defense.
It's the same thing, you know, like if somebody's a sex worker and then they say, oh, I was raped. And it's like, can you be raped as a sex worker? Yes, you can. Are you mad? Like, but, you know, that's what people bring up. Like, oh, but she was already, you know, you will have people coming and saying, oh, but I've smashed her. Oh, I've smashed her too. I've smashed. Okay.
And
So
that's actually what's happening now. Because another guy came forward and he was like, yo, we were together. But then a lot of people are still on her side, yeah. And she was, then her husband was actually by her side this whole time. Then she goes on Ola podcast and she says, no, you know what, we're not even really married anyway.
See, now she's the problem.
This is too hard for me.
But you see, already, right? Already, I think the temptation, and I do think, similarly with sex workers, it becomes like, oh, you're already giving it out freely anyway. So what do you need $20 for? What do you need $500 for? You know, you were already going to do it for free because we've seen you in Platinum Prince's video. You know, that's just the kind of person that you are. And it's like, those two things don't come together. Unfortunately for her, the story also didn't line up, right, with what she was complaining about. But this is why it then makes harassment cases, sexual violence cases tricky, right? Because only the people that were there know what happened, right? And so it makes it hard to take a side on one end, you know, unless you're like Cassie, where you can see that she was like beat up, you know, and that's like public. But even then, it was still the question, like, okay, but was she prostituted? But was she violated? They were dating, you know, like already those questions were hard, and now the jury came back with a stupid verdict.
Why can't we just do the normal things?
Just control yourself. Can I ask you guys a question? Do you think that abstinence help? No, wait for me to land, guys. I don't know why you're laughing. Do you think that abstinence helps to build sexual discipline?
Abstinence.
Does abstinence help build sexual discipline?
Okay.
If I'm abstinent, then I'm sexually disciplined.
No, like over time. So, for example, if you are abstinent for like maybe 10 years, or like say, for example, you say, I'm waiting until I get married.
Yeah.
Do you think that builds sexual discipline?
Even that is sexual.
That is the discipline. But like, for example, it will then, because I actually think that it would help you even after you're married, to say like, for example, this Mbenenge dude, to be like, yo, I can see an attractive hand. She's right there, but I can control myself the same way that I was able to control myself to wait for marriage. I can also kind of have some kind of...
It's an actual disease where if you are not able to master your body over your urges, isn't that basically like, you know, the premise of alcoholism and drug abuse? It's just like
sex addiction.
You can't stop yourself.
You can't.
When it comes to the certain thing.
I just think, you know, it's not that people can't be. It's people just don't want to be. I think people can't. You know, people don't want. I think if you can. Imagine if you... I don't have to have sex with anybody else who's not my partner, right? But I see somebody and I just want to. Like, and then what's going to happen to me? Nothing. So I want to. Not because I can't. It's not like I'm having sex with everybody I see. It's just that I don't want to control myself with this one. This one I want.
But
I want.
I think there's a difference between someone who's like actively pursuing affairs and stuff, and then someone like the lecturer you're talking about, where you're just minding your own business. You were teaching, you saw, okay, there's a pretty girl in class, but then pretty girl now wants to come. She's flirting. So I can't say she's doing suggestions. She's basically, you know, enticing the person, and you just fall. For me, that's the person who's like, come on, bruh. You started off in the situation not pursuing that, but because you've been enticed,
now you're
gone. Yeah.
You know, there's this experiment I saw online where there was a hun who, I don't know, she was exposed to testosterone. I don't know if you saw the thing. So she got exposed to testosterone. Then she was like, yo, I have a new respect for niggas, right? And the reason why she said that was because she was like horny for the 48 hours. She was like, you know, like what y'all feel during ovulation is like just default for niggas. It's just like, that's how it is. It's not an excuse, obviously. I'm just
Okay, but did
about
she
to say,
smash
it's
for
not
48
explicit.
hours?
Yeah.
For 48 hours, did she smash anyone?
No. So, yeah.
Sexual.
Sexual. Yeah, that's.
Help me understand this testosterone thing.
Yeah.
So she was given like, say what, a normal dosage that an average man would have,
No.
like on a daily basis. So it was like an extra.
It was actually an accident. I think she worked in a lab, and then she got exposed to testosterone. So then, for some reason, for it to leave your system or something, there's like a certain amount of time. It might have been slightly longer than 48 hours. But then she was just like, yo.
Okay.
But she didn't do it, and that's my point.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
What's your conclusion? You're saying it's difficult from a guy's perspective.
I think there's definitely. Was it even remember when we talked about what's the name, Balthazar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
That
that was another
all
one.
sexual indiscipline. Guys, I just think that it's mind over matter. Like mind, like you know that saying, you're the captain of your ship. Like then your body is your ship. So why can't you just do the right thing, dog?
But that question that you said about abstinence, Justin Bieber recently was actually like, if he had known what he knows now, he would have saved it for marriage.
You see? Should we shame people for having sex? I think we need to go back to embarrassing people.
To be honest, I understand because I think it takes time, but especially like now, kids are exposed to the stuff at such a young age. And if you look at teenagers and even like primary school kids right now and the things that they're exposed to and talking about and doing, I don't know how I'd explain to a high school kid that, girl, just wait, you don't need to do this. Even the boys, but they can't get it until it's too late.
Yeah.
You get
It's always the case, I think.
Yeah. And I think it's this weird thing where we're desensitized from it, because even now with this judge, he keeps on emphasizing that this is not a question of morality. So you guys shouldn't even be asking me about my marriage because that's none of your business. And to him, that's not the issue. The fact that
issue
he's
is-
married. No.
Yeah.
The issue is,
Was
did
she
she want it or
wanting
not?
it? Yeah.
And did she not give me the impression that she wants it? But the fact that they're, in this sexual thing, it's not taboo anymore, it seems. Where it's like, oh, this is him being married is besides the question. And I think we've lost recipes.
I actually had like a older female friend when I was still a virgin. And back then, she actually told me point blank.
I don't know, I'm scared.
No, she told me point blank. She was just like, yo, dude, I know you feel like you gotta do this, like, but you don't need to. You know?
Aw, she was good. Also, she didn't want to go to jail. I kind of feel like she didn't want to go to jail in that situation. But good on her.
Yeah.
Good for her. But that was self-preservation.
Let's make sexual discipline cool again. How do we do that?
Let's make abstinence school again. I agree.
You have to talk to Maslow first, because on his hierarchy, he was like, yo, and people ran with that. They're like, yo, sex is a basic need.
Also, I blame Maslow.
That's bad.
No, I think we
It's
need
not
to
a
share.
basic need, because there are people, there's that movie, The 40-Year-Old Virgin. Like, there's people who
I can't feel your reference.
my point that I was trying to my point was that man lived.
But the whole point of that movie was that
He doesn't want to be a virgin. No.
But he was all right. Like he had a job. He had money.
Yeah, and I think there's also a certain stigma when you're young. Like, I remember around that time as well, the final year hands, right? We had like our friends who were like final year. Then they came once and like, 6, are you a virgin? Because you give virgin vibes. And I was like,
What is a virgin
I was
vibe?
like,
See, this is what I mean. We need to make it cool again.
I felt so attacked.
whether you are or not, that's
Yeah.
What
We
is
should get chastity belts.
That's
I think everybody should wear chastity. No, I think something extreme needs to happen. I don't think we can change it person by person. I think there needs to be something like either we make it illegal, people go to jail. Yeah, like we need to do something that's so extreme that forces you to think differently. Because right now, obviously, we're in this, my body, I can do what I want with it. I give it to who I want to. I'm sexually free. I can do whatever. And if I have an urge, what's the problem? And if I want to, what's the problem? There's no problem with it, right? Now, we've now taken it, I think, too far.
We're
and
so
people just have no boundaries anymore that we need to now just enforce boundaries, right? Like make it, what is it? What's people like countries like Iran and Dubai and these places where you will go to jail.
That girl who did that challenge of having like sex with, was it 100 or
1,000 men.
But then, didn't I see that she was pregnant? Was she? Oh, that was just like clickbait.
I think that's
I heard
clickbait.
that. I saw that one.
I think that's clickbait. But she turns around and says, "Oh, I regret it." Oh, shit! Are you mad? Of course.
And you see, that's the thing with socials. There's just like too much OnlyFans. There's just
Oh my god, please can I, whilst we're here, please can I read you this,
You can't be that excited.
I know.
I'm so excited, oh my god. Okay, no, listen. Guys, listen. This is actually something that came into a viral anonymous dilemma link. Right.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited to read it. I've been watching it for so long. Anyway, confession time. It's a confession.
I'm scared.
I hope this is anonymous as well. It is. Instagram is a terrible place for an impressionable youth. You come across reels and involuntarily consume adult content without necessarily looking for it. Long story short, I joined the Telegram channel of an adult content creator who promoted her premium channel and such there. The content was right. I wanted to see more. I paid her fee for the premium content and opted for FaceTiming the board to confirm it was really her.
This is Zim.
After the payment cleared, I was blocked immediately. What this broad failed to do was remove me from the premium channel. I proceeded to download all of her content, about 100 to 200 videos and 200 plus photos. I have created a fake IG account and new Telegram channel in her name and will get all her followers to join. She was making $16,000 a month off subscriptions. I have no issues with pretending to be her to get my money back and then some. It's controversial, but AF. Oh, okay, stupid games with stupid prizes. I've made $1,000 so far from subscriptions and get paid in cryptocurrency, so it's not traceable.
Wait, I'm scared because this person, this person is scary.
like legit.
No, like at first it started off
so much going
It started off exactly. It started off as
Could I have just been sitting on this?
I know! Guys, I've been waiting for time to bring it. Guys, it's
now
so
it's become
wild.
like vindictive. Like
Yeah.
I don't give.
And you see, that's the thing. There's so many layers because, you have young boys who are impressionable, who are exposed to things like that so quickly. And in their minds, their even respect or regard for women is diminished.
Yes.
Because these are the same people who end up harassing people in the workplace. Because to them, we're all just little hoes selling our
Bro,
bodies
did
on
you notice how he kept?
How is he going to respect her? I've seen you naked. I don't know you,
no
ma'am.
respect.
And I've paid you money and you stole my money.
And I want it back. I guess what I'm gonna
So
do.
basically, he was scammed by her, and now he's like, oh.
I'm scared. Like, imagine if she was making $16,000 a month, or she was
Yeah,
making.
also, why didn't you just do the...
Do the things like.
Now you're doing the thing already.
But I think maybe her
I'm
actual.
stressed by this
I'm
thing.
thinking that maybe her actual thing is she doesn't actually do, like, fine, she has videos and things, and that's where it's supposed to end. And like, don't FaceTime me. Don't like DM
But she has
me.
that option. She says, pay me so I can FaceTime you. And
the thing is,
her.
if you're already giving premium content and then premium, if I give you premium money,
I must collect.
different.
So why are you paying for that? Why is this one?
But see where he said he found her? Instagram. Instagram is free.
you know.
Then you went on to Telegram.
Guys, you know, that's the thing. And who was I asking? I think it was my husband, where it was like, I was also just thinking about it because myself scrolling on X, I don't know how many naked people I see. And to me, it's just like, okay, whatever. And I remember asking him to be like, does it even do anything anymore to guys when you just see naked girl online? Or it's not just like, and he's like, really, it's just it's just part of the TL now. There's no longer any allure
Someone
to
actually
it. Huh?
tweeted, they were like, yo, these are the pictures which we used to wait to get to receive. Now everyone gets
Yeah.
them.
Remember how boys used to hide porn under their beds? Or like you'd wait until it's like midnight and your parents are sleeping and then you'd, you know?
And it's just to see someone's boobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no
There was an era
novelty
like that,
anymore.
yeah.
Yeah, now it's like midday, just in the middle of lunch.
You can't just open X anyway. Do you know that?
You can't.
I actually deleted X for that because I was just like, I can't even see the content I'm looking
even
for.
Instagram. Do you know there was a food like page that I used to follow? Like it had like big bag vibes, like all this food. What?
Big bag.
No, like food, like sorry. it was just a page that had like a Food Network type where they show like really enticing looking food, like whether it's burgers or like loaded fries. Then the other day I'm like, what is this Han who's like just in her bikini top, whatever, then she starts taking off her. And then I'm like, wait, this is a food page that has now turned into whatever. Then I actually went back to the page. I'm like, I used to follow this page like in the initial, you know, and I scrolled down and for sure, I mean, it was food. And then now all of a sudden, food has turned into titties. And I'm just like, immediate unfollow because why am I watching this?
I just want to live. I just want to know how to make pancakes.
Exactly.
It's like, you know, Khalees? Have you seen Khalees's Instagram?
Like milkshake makes all the
Yeah.
brings all the boys there.
Yeah.
What's her Instagram
I
like?
thought she was now on farming.
She
That's what I thought.
She is definitely on a farm.
She's definitely on.
Definitely
She
on a farm.
moved to Africa. Does she live in Kenya or
she's in
something?
Kenya. So there's this video of her that went viral, and she's basically she was harvesting like eggplants. Right? And
Don't go
she
any
was
further than this.
she was she put on a show.
Does she
That's
have
what I
cows on her farm?
said. Yeah, she has everything. She's like she
Never
does
mind.
proper
See,
farming.
I'm just thinking of all the content she can create.
I just took her IG.
If we're talking about 16K a month,
No, I'm really
and
disturbed
like
by that.
you're in, because imagine now, because we're just in Zoom, we don't have an PayPal and my OnlyFans, so we we don't know. We're not even exposed to the potential of making that much money. But say your back's against the wall and you live in an environment where you can make money off social media, but you're not that interesting.
Hey guys, no.
Can I actually tell you? Like, I think what's worse for me.
16K a month, guys.
There's actually a girl that I saw on IG the other day, and I think Anissa sent it to me. And she gets paid. She was making back. It was like a K or something from one guy, and he wanted to be defecated on. But her IG is that. That's also what her IG is, right? Like this girl's IG.
Send me anything.
I'm not gonna send you. But you see, it's things like that where it's like
I'm saying it on I'm opting out.
But what Amanda's saying is this was 10 minutes of her life. She bought, I think the receipts. The receipts were the food that she bought. I think were like maybe $60 worth of food. Yeah, it was $60. But remember, this is in America, so $60 worth of food. But she got quite lot of food, bought a thing of laxatives, and then, for 10 minutes, one dude paid her 1K just to do that. And then you have all these videos
Don't give people ideas.
no, but then now there's like, if you see on TikTok, there are these girls that get paid to do videos whilst they're eating, right? But like eating suggestively, you know what I mean? And they get paid. They get paid gang amount of just eating fries and like, you know, people are sending money and things. So it's like, and
You can't slurp now because
OnlyFans, remember, started off with feet. It was like a feet thing, and then it was people feet fetishes, and then it became like a hand thing, and the next thing it was just, okay, just show us your whole body. But it started off with like, you can sell pictures of your toes.
You see on WhatsApp, these WhatsApp channels, one of the biggest WhatsApp channels is I think it's called Nyanze Bonde.
I see.
No, for real. It's like, and it's one of those where it's so highly ranked that it just pops up on your.
let me actually go look at my channels right now to see if
And
it's there.
what Hans in Zim are doing, just to respond to the OnlyFans thing, they're actually doing like an eco catch for WhatsApp access type situation.
Yeah, guys, no, don't give people ideas.
But the thing is, because right now, I think the theme of the episode is how slippery the slope is and where to draw the line. Because we're coming from a judgmental perspective, but who's wrong in that case? The person paying or the person who's making money? Because you guys are agreeing that, okay, if I show you this, you give me that. And then I show you this, you give me that.
I've just scrolled through my WhatsApp
It's not there.
channel suggestions and it's not there.
Because the algorithm knows.
You're a clean girl. Anyway, so this is all I'm saying is I think we need to shame people. This is my final words. We need to shame people for having sex.
Just
For having sex.
let's make abstinence cool again. Hey?
How?
I don't know.
Chastity belts. I'm telling you.
The thing is, the further we go into the shame part of it, I think it usually has the opposite effect.
Yeah.
That's what we want. I want you to feel embarrassed.
Did you guys get the STI video when you got to first year?
Yeah?
Showing that.
Remember that? You know this video. We watched this video 10 times in high school. The one with the cauliflower that was showing you all the...
I just remember
that's
this
where it's in high
Tabikita's
Yeah.
Oh, we watched it so many times in high school.
I'm sure we did.
I swear, I love
I
that
just
video.
remember probably Miss Tabikita is when she told us, don't do that thing
In the dark. Yeah.
When we got to AU first year, they showed us the video. Then the nurse was there. And the nurse, no holds barred, she was like, yo, some of you, I've seen people come through to this university, then they start walking funny to the clinic because they're catching all sorts of things. Y'all gotta be careful, etc, etc. First party was that weekend. Did stuff not happen? People were really active.
People think it doesn't apply to them.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part, because it's the kind of thing that someone can only say afterwards and say, yeah, no, I shouldn't have lived like that. But the person, how do you convince someone to abstain?
I don't know.
Did you guys sign those purity contracts in high school? Primary school? No. I don't know if you went to school, but there used to be these. There used to be these. You know those Gideon Bibles, those blue ones. Y'all got the.
Yeah.
So you got the Gideon Bible, but you didn't get the contract. So
At the back of the Bible.
signing a contract.
At the back of the Bible was a
yes, I
purity
remember
contract.
those.
So you didn't read your Bible. That's how I know.
Didn't get
At
there.
the end of the Bible was I will remain pure, not have sex until marriage, and then you had to sign, and put your name.
Why was I signing a contract below the age of 15, 16?
And I think a lot of people got those Gideon Bibles about grade 7, right? But obviously, because you're now going to high school, way past. We're now going into high school, right? So maybe that was like the point. And then obviously, we didn't get an upper 6, but I would assume that like they probably would have wanted to. Once you're going into uni, and there's that talking. I remember when I went to uni. When I had my farewell party before I went to uni, and the entire
I wasn't invited.
because it was like essentially it was like the mothers. It was not for y'all. It was because it was for mothers and fathers. It was like, the older people. It wasn't even like, I don't even think my older siblings were invited. I think it was just one of those like, let us, and all of the advice was, don't go and have sex. Don't, they called it many different things that day, but it was, don't fall into the trap of sugar daddies. Don't fall into the trap of having sex. Don't get too drunk. And, it was like, those were the chats, and that was,
but you see, the thing is, when a parent says don't do it, I'm sorry, but
it's not going
to work. But I don't know how we can, as young people, just kind of make it okay. Like, no, it's okay if you're waiting for marriage. Like, it's fine. Like, you don't have
social media is like bombarding them with like the need to, and when you're like early 20s, like you're just so excited. I don't know. There's this certain, I even see it with like younger siblings, or like just even when the interactions as friends.
Because it's a newfound freedom, right?
Freedom,
I'm an adult now. I can make decisions on my own.
It's much earlier than 20s now.
Oh,
that was us.
That was us. You're right.
Damn.
It's much earlier than 20s now. And I think it's only consequences that teach, but I don't know. I don't know, but it's bad.
Here's my question. If you were a parent and it's much earlier than 20s, it's primary school, it's high school, is your advice to your kid the way it was to us, like, don't do it, and scare you to it? Or is it, okay, I don't want you to do it, but if you are going to do it safely. So let me get you the box of condoms. Let me put you on birth control. Let me teach you how to do it.
That's another chat, though, guys. That's another chat.
Because as a parent, you have to be responsible for your kid also.
I need to think about how I would even approach that. Because I don't believe in telling a kid no and scaring a kid out of something, because that usually has the opposite effect. I don't believe in that. I also don't know if I would be the kind of parent to be like, "Oi, here's a pack of condoms." I don't know.
Sexual discipline. Yeah, I think it's really trying to impart the why more than the what. And I think as a parent, it's just, you really have to be involved in that child's life, especially the teenage years. It may be difficult, but I think oversight is necessary. These parties or whatever, I feel like the grown-ups must be having a party at the same place. It's a party, we're all there. It must be difficult, first of all. Because the thoughts, the desires might come, but it shouldn't be like, yes. But it's, these days they're doing it in boarding school. They're doing it, but at least make it hard for them to achieve it and expose them to information. And they must go to church. They must have a relationship with God, because there's not much you can do other than to just pray.
But then you see, the thing is, like, forcing a kid to have a relationship with God is difficult, because it's an individual thing, and some kids will get it from a young age and some won't until they're much older, and already consequences have already been piling up type. So it's just, I don't know, man.
Be disciplined. Bye.